Hey guys, McJeffries here, and welcome back to the McJeffries Network on OpenTTD. And we are back here on the new map, of course, and we're at Dartbourne. And you can see already, I did a little tweak here before the episode began. And I'm just going to let the game run now so you can see what said tweak was. Basically, Dartbourne Station, I had a look at it after the end of last episode, and I just thought, what the hell have I done? These terminus platforms were awful, so they're now 3 platforms. The actual shape of the station I'm still not 100% satisfied with. I feel like I'm missing something. Obviously the platforms are something that can be rebuilt in the future, so I'm not worried too much about that. I have got my fan on as well at the moment, so you can probably hear that. Let me see if I can bring it up. You can sort of hear it. If I sort of angle the microphone away from the fan, you can't hear it. But I need the fan on, guys. It's so hot in here. So hot in here. I'm absolutely scorching. It's a very hot day today. I'm recording this episode on Monday night, so you'll know exactly what I mean when I say it's hot today. It's been hot all day. I've been stuck in my room for a lot of today, doing work, trying to catch up with stuff that I've missed out on whilst my PC's been broken. I'm glad that some of you are pleased that it's back. Some of you, I assume you're pleased, you just haven't voiced the pleasure. That sounds really wrong. What I mean is, it's nice to be back, guys. It is nice to be back. Right, I need to get this working. I knew there was something I forgot. And this is the kind of thing that I was talking about last episode, about messy junctions. Messy junctions are the future, guys. Look how much difference that makes now. It looks chaotic and it looks stupid, but as a railway, it functions. And that's what we need to focus on. And that's exactly what we're going to be focusing on over here as well, because at this point here, the line is going to go... Where's my... Whoops, no. Where's... Why can't I see my line? Where have you gone? We had a line, didn't we? We had a huge line that ran all the way across the country, and it's now gone. I guess that's one of the dangers of when you save and quit your game. How do I get that? Ah, there it is. Right. Okay. So from here onwards, it's going to be a 4-track main line. It's going to go through all these towns and slash cities slash villages. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a blocked nose as well. I hope I'm not getting a cold in the middle of summer, because that is horrible. And yeah, we're going to come all the way up to here today. So I think Fort Betston. Actually, no. I was going to say I think it would be best if we started at that end. But that's probably a stupid idea. It'd be smarter if we started at this end, because we do actually have to get the lines in and out of here still. Now, I envision that these lines here will be all express. So let's make them all express by doing our little... Again, we're going for really neato tidy crossovers, but I suppose on express tracks you do have neato crossover tracks. In fact, no, that's not right at all. I do not want that. No, you two. Tell you what, actually, you 3 will come in like that. Actually, no, you 4 will come in like that. There, and that will be one express track going out. This will be... I'm not doing myself any favours with this, am I? Right, you like that and like that. You'll be in, I think. Oh man, what am I doing? Let's put this bit in first actually and see if this helps. Basically what I want to happen is this will come along a little bit and then this will go underneath to there like that. This one will then come to here and hop over. This one will come here and hop over. And then this one will just go like this, and head off. Right. That's what I wanted. And that's what I wanted. There we go, guys. I got there in the end. So you can see how this works. The local platforms, or the stopping platforms, 2 platforms here. I might actually, thinking about it, because this would be a smart thing to do, if I increase that there, this will then go across, put that there, as far as that, and then here, I just think I'll leave that one like that, and then this will be signal there, that one will be signal there. There we go, that's slightly better, I think. Has this got access? If I put you there as well and put that there. Oh, hello. What's that? I did something. I think is it if you double click it does? Oh. That's what I did. I used the wrong one. I don't think that makes a difference at this point. What does this do actually? Polyline. I've absolutely no idea what that means. Someone will have to tell me in the comments what that means. Which actually is the other thing I wanted to get on to today. Comment section. Guys. Yesterday's episode, or Monday's episode, went live. Okay, and as you know, every Monday I do a pub quiz. So, I was sat in the restaurant at the time that the video went live. By the time the first opportunity came around for me to check my phone, the comments section had completely blown up. You know, I expect on some videos there will be a lot of chatter. You know, that happens. But it was like 10 comments in the space of half an hour or something. And, you know, the viewing is still a little bit lower than I'd like it to be. But the response from those who do view is perfect. It's kind of what makes up for it, really. You guys are very, very vocal. And I very much enjoy that about this YouTube community as a whole. But, you know, there's a lot of you that are offering help, offering guidance, offering support. And even saying something as simple as glad you got your PC working again. That makes a massive difference, because I spend a week on my hands and knees under my desktop trying to fix it to get it working again. And all I'm thinking about is, am I going to meet my deadline for getting episodes out? And I'm still very disappointed that I missed last week's Skylines episodes, because I had them all basically ready to go. And there was a new series that I was going to start last week as well, which I then couldn't, because obviously desktop wasn't working. But, you know, the fact that you guys, in the past, a lot of my viewers disappeared. If I hadn't uploaded for a while, they disappeared. And I can kind of understand that, because I've been in that situation before where someone hasn't uploaded in a while and you just think, maybe they're never coming back. But the fact that you guys have basically waited for me is good. And I don't mean you're sat there, you know, head in hands, twiddling your thumbs waiting. I don't quite mean like that. What I mean is you haven't unsubbed just because I've disappeared for a while. I imagine those of you who follow me on Twitter knew what the problem was, because I did tweet it out. So hopefully that helped a little bit. I like keeping you guys informed. I think it's only fair. You know, if there's a serious issue, I let you guys know in advance last week that there would be no videos. And again, I felt really bad about it, but I didn't really have much choice, because my laptop's out of action, my desktop's out of action. Pretty sure my phone wouldn't do much good uploading City Skylines videos, so I had no option really but to cancel last week's episodes. But you guys have been fantastic, and the fact that you've been waiting and saying that you're pleased to see me back, it's very nice. And also on the subject of comments, again, people offering advice, people offering help. Well, this is the part where I should have prepared. Where's my phone? There's the fan on the microphone again, apologies for that. People offering support such as, come on, phone. Excuse me if I pronounce this. Is it Ready Read or Reedy Read or Reedy Red or Ready Red? It's going to create a custom London Underground style map for me. I assume, because of what I was saying in episode 52, I think it was, I assume that it will be a network map for Guard City itself. And I did promise you that I would map out an area for you to work in, including the river. So let's say, for argument's sake, create a new box for this. So let's say, for argument's sake, there's Guard City itself. Actually, what view is best? I think I'll do both views so you can actually see them. Obviously, if you're trying to make this, pause the video at this point. So Guard City is here. I would say Greater Guard City would be along there, down here, across to here, up to here, and then back in to there. So that's Greater Guard City. That's kind of what I'm going to envision as being the capital area. So all of these towns are going to be... in fact, can I rename this at all? I don't think I can I? Right, there you go. So one in red is going to be Greater Guard City. So if you want to create a network map that contains the stations on this area, obviously there aren't many at the moment, so I'll understand if it's not going to be feasible. I also understand if you change your mind and just don't want to do it, to be fair, because there are a lot of better things that you could be doing, I suppose, than creating a map for a semi-mediocre YouTuber. But if you do still want to create the map, there's your area, basically. So, again, you've got GSJ at the moment. Let's come out of that view. You've got GSJ, you've got like Plainville, Brint Hill, trying to read these, Braffingbourne Bridge, One Way, Nuntberg, maybe Reningbury, that can sort of be counted. What have you got this way? Frienborough. Obviously the express line just goes off into the distance, you won't see that. You've got the trams here as well. Do what you like with it, basically. It's in your hands. If you want to come up with a special name for some of these lines as well, by all means. I'm crap at coming up with names, so if you have any ideas, feel free to use them. Ready, Read, and thank you very, very much for creating that map for me. And I've seen the one that you sent me before on Twitter, and if it's anything like that, it's going to be absolutely fantastic, guys. And I can't wait to show the rest of you what it looks like as well, because it will look really, really good. But that's sort of done and out of the way. If you want this area extended as well, if you want to include some of these other towns, once again, I'll zoom out a little bit. If you want to take like a screenshot of this, or of any of this video, to be honest, because I move around a lot, so if there's any point where you think, oh, quick, there, pause the video, take a screenshot, more than welcome to do that. If you want me to send screenshots, let me know, but let me know privately, don't let me know publicly. I'll probably have to follow you actually for that to work. Actually, no, do you know what? Mention me in a tweet. That'd be the easiest way. It's not a secret, is it? So if you want to ask me anything about the map, let me know in a tweet, and I'll reply as soon as I can. But yeah, that's that done. That actually does me a huge favour, because my map building skills, as you might have seen from that episode I did on Photoshop, they're not particularly good. Let's be fair, guys. They are woeful. It turns out what I was using is not the same system as what Zest Husky uses, which was a start. In fact, if anyone knows what he does use, could you let me know? Because that's a really cool idea that he's got, and I'm a bit afraid to ask him still, because I'm still suffering from... what's it called? Starstruck. That's the one. Still a bit starstruck, because, you know, as I say, he is the inspiration for this series, so it's a bit of a stressful thing for me. I'm not great when it comes to talking to strangers anyway, so when it comes to someone who has inspired me, it's borderline impossible. But it's something to do with print screening, and then you can draw nice annotations over the top. So if anyone knows what that is, if it's just a Windows 10 feature or whatever, let me know. That'd be really, really handy. Because then I won't have to use Photoshop for that sort of thing anymore. Obviously I'll still use it for other things, but not that sort of thing. And that will save me a lot of trouble. Right. Now that I've waffled my way into oblivion, let's carry on with this, shall we? So, I feel like a sneeze coming. Bear with me. There it is. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. There it is again. I always sneeze when I'm recording. I don't know what it is. I don't sneeze any other time in my room unless I'm recording, and then it all just comes out. I don't mean literally. That would be disgusting. I mean figuratively, it all comes out. I just sneeze, I sneeze, I sneeze, I sneeze, and I sneeze. And, you know, half the time, you don't even know I've sneezed, because I hide it so well. But the rest of the time, as just now, for example, I will have to say that I'm about to sneeze because I feel it's going to be noticeable, let's say, if I try and hide it. So I try not to. It's a bit misleading as well, I suppose. If I suddenly go silent mid-sentence, you're wondering what the hell's happened to me. I should also point out, once this line is complete to our new big station, the service that we set up in the last episode will be extended. And that is definitely something, now that I've got the auto spacing setting with the timetables, I feel a lot more comfortable just extending existing services and not having to start again all the time. And I think that's actually, I feel it's quite crucial to the future of this series, is because in the past I'd build a new line, and instead of just adding new stops to an existing service, I would actually go and either delete the service and start again from scratch, or I would just add another service, and you end up with an absolute colossal ton of trains that aren't actually running efficiently. They're all getting in each other's way and all that stuff, and it's horrible. It's an absolute pain in the backside. So I'm going to follow the principle of new service doesn't necessarily mean brand new timetable and brand new trains. It can include adapting an existing service to include new stations. And I think that's the thing, that is the trick that I've been missing out on for so long on this game. It's not about how many services you have necessarily, it's how many trains you have running on them. Do you know what, I was just thinking this earlier today, actually, before I sat down to start playing. I was thinking about what today's episode was going to be about, because I'm actually starting to plan episodes out a bit more as well. That's how I knew straight away today's episode we will be carrying on with this line. It's also why I did the plan in the last episode, so that I could just sit down today and carry on building. And in future episodes, that's kind of what's going to happen. I may or may not do the plans on screen. If I don't do the plans on screen, I will introduce them before I start building. Otherwise, it'll be a bit, hey guys, this is what you've missed. And, you know, a bit annoying. I've seen people do that before. I mean, I'm guilty of that. Never mind, I've seen other people do it. I am one of those people who will do so much off camera and then suddenly go, probably should have recorded most of this. And then the first 20 minutes of the next episode is, hey guys, this is what you've missed. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, so I start doing a lot more planning, and I was sitting thinking about what kind of things I wanted to do in today's episode, and I suddenly had this thought, and I don't have the skills to be able to make this a reality, but if anyone is watching this video, be it now or 2018, 2020, whenever, if you have the programming skills to create a new version of the timetable, and this is going to take some explaining, actually, Crossrail. One of my go-to ideas. Crossrail works thus. There are 30... oh, no, that's not right at all. How many trains per hour are there running on Crossrail? I can't even remember. I'm really good at this whole presenting malarkey, aren't I, guys? I think it's... yeah, 24 trains per hour will run through the centre tunnels of Crossrail. But not all 24 will end up going to the same destinations. I think it's like 12 go... on the north spurs, the east and west ends, and 12 goes south. And I think like 2 trains an hour end up at Reading, and it all splits up. And that's basically what I want someone to be able to do on here. Is if you set up a timetable, and then say, out of this timetable, say there's 12 trains running on the timetable. I want 2 to terminate at this station, I want another 2 to terminate at this station, and then another 2 to terminate here. And basically split it so that the trains are running the same basic timetable through core sections. So for example, the central tunnels of Crossrail. But once they get to a specific point, which I believe running from west to east, I think it's not Whitechapel, Liverpool's... no, it is Whitechapel, I think. It's the breaking point where the trains either head to Abbeywood or... Abbeywood? It is Abbeywood. What am I talking about? I've completely lost my chain of thought for doing absolutely nothing but building a railway line. Where they break off to go to Abbeywood or Shenfield, I think is the other end. And again, I'm already doubting myself as I'm saying it. I do know these things, guys. I have studied it, honestly. Anyway, that's really not the point. The point is, you'll have a core route, and then you'll say, out of this route, I want this many trains to do this many trains to do this many trains to do this, and it will just automatically do it for you. So, in fact, another good example would be sort of the reverse of that. So the station where they join up again. Say you've got 12 trains coming from the south and 12 trains coming from the north, and you both want them to run. You want them both services to run west. Set up a timetable so that it integrates the trains. So it'll be alternate. So one from the north, one from the south, one from the north, one from the south. And if one from the north arrives and the one from the south hasn't arrived yet, it will actually sit and wait for it, so that it carries on being alternate. So that you basically don't have two trains on the same service queuing one behind the other. Or say a train from the north is in the platform and a train from the south arrives. The train from the north will then just sort of get out of its way, shall we say, or it will automatically use another platform. Or, I mean, I know I'm really overcomplicating it now, and there probably isn't an algorithm in the world that can actually solve the problem that I'm trying to present. But it would be really cool if that was the case. This new timetable system is very close, I would say, to getting that spot on, in that there is a spacing option. So it will automatically space out however many trains you put on the route, and if you add or take away, it automatically calculates the difference and goes on with that. Basically what I'm asking for is one that takes two routes into account instead of just one, or two timetables into account instead of just one, and automatically adjusts for that to be the case. So again, say there's trains coming from the west. You then want two trains to head. I've completely put this on the wrong side of this oil refinery. Hang on a second. Say you want 5 trains an hour to head north and the other 10 to head south. It will automatically do it so that every third train, I think it would have to be for it to add up, something like that. Basically, automatically adjusts so that the right number of trains are heading in the right direction, and automatically adjusts so that it isn't like the first 10 trains go this way and then the other 5 go this way. Actually do it so that there's an even number. Well, basically alternate. So if you're on the London Underground and you're waiting at a station that's served by the Circle line, I'm full of analogies, by the way. I can keep going for days. Say you're on the Underground and you're waiting on the Metropolitan, Circle, Hammersmith and City line. So anywhere between let's say Liverpool Street and Baker Street, because that's basically where they diverge. Although Baker Street, the Metropolitan's on different set of platforms. But let's pretend for now that they are on the same set of platforms. It's not 100% this way, but it's basically set up so that you'll get one Metropolitan line train, and then you'll get a Circle line train, and then you'll get Hammersmith and City. Occasionally you'll get 2 Circles in a row or 2 Mets in a row, whatever it might be. But they are pretty evenly spaced. I'd like it to be that that's the case. You basically end up with a system where 2 timetables are sort of combined into one. So they'll run separately on their own separate routes, but then once they get to a particular station which you can set, they'll then start running on the same timetable. Wouldn't that be really cool? I hope I've explained that right. There's probably loads of you sitting there scratching your head thinking, what the hell is he on about? But in my head it makes sense anyway. Hopefully it does to the rest of you. Basically, the basic idea I am pitching is having 2 timetables combine into one. And that will be especially handy when you're running like semi-fast and fast services, because then you can say, you know, the first 2 trains to stop here are slow, and they'll carry on the slow line, and then every third train will be a semi-fast, so it will stop, and then after it leaves the station it will flick over onto the express line and head off on the express line. But instead of having to set up 2 services for that, it will actually say, like, it will count them out. It will say this one's a slow, this one's a slow, oh, this is the third one, this must be the fast, and then automatically change its destinations, I suppose I'm saying, or change its speed or whatever to make it go on to the fast line. Again, that works for where I live. Where I live, it's sort of every other train is a semi-fast. You said express, then that's not true at all. Every other train is a semi-fast service to King's Cross, and the odd ones are. In fact, it gets even more complicated because every other service is a semi-fast service to King's Cross, but on weekdays the slow trains don't go to King's Cross; they go to Moorgate. So again, there's that added extra of it actually ends up running on a completely different line after Finsbury Park to a completely different terminus, but up to a certain point, it does stop at all the same stations as the semi-fast service. No, I don't think that's going to be possible for this game. I think if it was, it would already exist. That's the basic realization I've just made as I'm saying it out loud to you guys. But if there is someone out there who's an absolute wizard when it comes to computers and knows what they're doing and can make that happen, hit me up, you know, let me know. If you want, even if you want someone just to beta test it, I'd be more than happy to give it a go and see if I can help with it working. I mean, the programming side of it, I'm rubbish, but the actual coming up with ideas for it, I think I'm a pretty good ideas man personally. I'm very good at sitting there and saying, what if we do this, and then I sort of leave it up to someone else to make it happen. I know, I'm that guy. I am literally that guy. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to get at. If we can make that happen, bravo. If not, then it's a bit of a shame, but I'm sure I'll get over it. Right, so we've reached a crucial point on the line here. And here's the question. This is going to be a junction that we're coming up to here. Do we want it to be a station junction, or do we want it to be just a junction? Because basically what's going to happen is these 4 tracks are going to carry on this way. And you can see the corridor is kind of already in place. It'll sort of go around like that, and then around like that, and then it'll carry on heading up here to Fort Bedston. Meanwhile, there'll be a 2-track branch that will come down here and go to Geddingpool, and eventually it will extend off further. Do I build a station? I don't think I do, you know. I think I build a mini station, but not a big sort of junction station. I think this junction doesn't need a station. We'll put a sign on it or something so that people know what it is. But we don't need a station here. Absolutely not. Okay, so that's done. There's some kind of windmill there, so we'll get rid of you, because we don't need you. Harsh, I know, but we really don't need it. Let's try and even this out. Get a nice shaped bridge going over here. So see, you are 110, you 160. Even though I don't think we'll ever have trains that go 160 come down here, but you never know. Again, you'll notice I haven't built any stations yet. It is all just track. And that's for signalling purposes. As you know, I constantly mess around with different types of signalling. Today, I've decided to go for the idea, like yesterday, where I build all the track first, signal it, and then sort of fit the stations in the gaps. That's my process today. Tomorrow could be completely different. And I can say that because tomorrow there will actually be an episode. I've also, this is to show how professional I've become this summer, I bought a whiteboard, guys. I know, right? A whole whiteboard. All mine. But I bought a whiteboard, and on said whiteboard, I've drawn a timetable. And I might upload this timetable to Instagram, because I don't really put things on Instagram. And I've had an Instagram for like 3 years now. And like literally a couple of photos of Amsterdam, a scar on my head, and my cat. I think the only things that I've actually put on Instagram. So I need to put some more stuff on Instagram. I'm going to keep saying Instagram. They're not paying me yet. They probably never will, especially now I've said that. But yeah, I'd like to put that on Instagram. So if you want to see my timetable, again, let me know. You guys are brilliant in the comment section. So, you know, drop me a comment and say if you want to see the timetable, and I'll gladly post it for you. And then you can sort of mark down in your calendars or your diaries or whatever when my actual videos go live. Obviously the times are British Standard Time, so what are we in? We're in British Summer Time at the moment, aren't we? So BST. The rest of the time it'll be GMT, which is Greenwich Mean Time, and I'm assuming you people are all smart enough to know what GMT and BST are. I don't need to tell you guys, really, do I? Hopefully not. Basically, it's Greenwich Mean Time is the standard time set by the Greenwich Meridian, and then British Summer Time is an hour ahead of that, I think. That's our daylight savings. I imagine most countries in the world have daylight savings, actually, so again, I don't really know why I'm saying all this out loud, because it really doesn't make a difference to anybody, never mind me. But yeah, I will upload that if enough people ask me to. So I think it's a good idea for you to know when videos are going up. You know, why not? So I will do that. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah, there are 4 series at the moment that will be running. There's this one, obviously. There's Diamond Coast, obviously, which I'm really getting into again now. You probably won't see this for a couple of weeks still, but some of the builds I've done on that series are... I'm pretty surprised with myself. And you're probably going to be waiting with anticipation for the video to release, and then you're going to just look at it and think, what's the hell is he on about? But, you know, I'm pretty damn pleased with some of the builds that I've done on there. I think, me personally, they are the best builds I've done on Skylines. By far. Some of them are a little naff and have been rebuilt silently off camera so no one can see. But the majority of them... yeah, I do want you actually. The majority of them are pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. And I know I got in trouble once for blowing my own trumpet. But I like it. What can I say? I like my builds. That's why I do it. That's why I'm proud to show you guys. Whoops, that was not what I wanted to do. That's why I'm proud to show you guys, because I'm proud of what I do. You know, if it looks nice, I'll show you. If it doesn't look nice, you'll never ever know it existed. That's how I operate at times. But yeah, I'm absolutely talking rubbish again, aren't I? And I'm just going to draw random junctions here. So excuse the mess, but this is to try and stop. I mean, I don't have OCD. I might be obsessive and compulsive, but I do not have OCD. So I have been told, I guess, or the fact that I can live without things being in place all the time sort of tells me that I don't have OCD. But even so, I'm just going to draw random junctions like that. So actually, every platform is pretty much connected to every other platform that it needs to be connected to. So that works out quite nicely in my favour. Go away, go away. Right, you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You go there. Which means this one goes there. All the way back. All the way back. This one is going to be 10 along. So what are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're there. You're there. All the way along. All the way along. That should take me all the way back to Dartbourne. If I've done this properly. So far so good. So far so good. So far so good. And blammo. It worked. Good. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. And we'll get rid of you. I assume that's all of them that was in the way. Yeah. Good. Sweet. Right. Let's start building some stations now, shall we? I feel like I was in the middle of saying something as well and I distracted myself and now I can't remember what it was that I was saying. Has that happened? Was that a thing? Or have I just made that up? Knowing me, it happened. But, oh, wasn't I talking about my builds? I think I was talking about my builds. Probably was. Anyway, 4 series. That's what I was talking about. I have 4 series now. They are, of course, this one. I also have Diamond Coast. You know that. Minecraft will be returning. It will be returning, guys. I know I keep saying that, and I know nothing appears, but it will be back. I just need to finish setting up the new game. We're going to be on a brand new map. We're going to be doing brand new cool things. We're actually going to start this city project that I've been meaning to do for about 2 years now. We're going to try and get that off the ground and actually up and running. Because it needs to be done, guys. You know, people are doing it to an extent. I've seen a lot of city projects actually in the works, but I just think there's something unique still about mine. Maybe it's just me being biased because it is mine. But I feel like there's something there that will make it special. And I really want the opportunity to share that with you guys. And you already know what the plan is if you've watched the old series. Which was called The City, funny enough. If you haven't watched it, I strongly urge that you find it and watch at least the first episode, because I talk through the idea of what I want to do. Technical limitations is what stopped me from doing what I wanted to do, and it's very, very frustrating when I have to say that, because my computer is pretty good, if I do say so myself. It's pretty good. It's in good nick. Obviously now it's been fixed. It's in good nick. It was knackered before. We'll gloss over that. So it's really frustrating when I try and play Minecraft, especially Feed the Beast. I know it's modded, and I know there's a lot of mods, and I know that mods affect the gameplay. Fine, I accept that. That's absolutely fine. However, I do find it very, very frustrating when the game runs at like 1 FPS when I'm trying to record. That's a little bit steep. And I did all the things of, you know, reset this, click that, do this, to try and make it work. And didn't really do anything, if I'm perfectly honest. It didn't change anything. It didn't suddenly make the game work better. If anything, it made it worse, I nearly said, but I don't think that's fair either. It just didn't improve it. It's basically what I'm trying to say. It didn't make it better. It didn't make it worse, but it didn't make it better. So I concluded that it's because I was using the Infinity Pack, which is massive. For those of you who aren't aware, the FTB Infinity Pack is the biggest pack on the Feed the Beast launcher. It is massive. So my solution is to start a new pack. I haven't 100% decided on which one yet. I'm open to suggestions, but I want one that's tech heavy, no magic. Magic doesn't do it for me, unfortunately. I know there's loads of people who are like, oh yeah, we're going to do, you know, blood magic, and then we're going to do a little bit of Thorncraft, and then we're going to do some Britannia. And actually, Britannia I'm okay with, because Britannia does have its uses, but the rest of it, like Thorncraft, I would rather poke myself in the eye with a needle than actually go through the process of Thorncraft. And as for blood magic, I can't even say what I would rather do than blood magic, because I choose not to swear on this channel. So that's not really going to work for me. Those mods, no. And there was actually, I was looking through the launcher, and there was one that looked really, really interesting, and then I saw it had blood magic and Thorncraft, and you know, my family must have wondered what the hell was going on up here, because I'm pretty sure I screamed out loud. I am not doing those mods. Absolutely not. They are not my thing. But tech, as you know, I'm a big fan of Railcraft. I'm a massive fan of immersive engineering. Things like Buildcraft, logistics pipes, applied energistics, I've completely forgot what it was called then, Ender.io, all of those mods, big fan of. So if you know any mod packs that use those mods, or even if you feel like you'll be better off assembling a mod pack for me, it's something that I've considered doing, but I know I'd miss out the essentials. I have also considered taking an existing mod pack and then just adding my own mods to it, or adding my own mod preferences to it. That could be a possibility as well. So we'll see. We will see. We'll see what happens. But I'm really looking forward to bringing back Minecraft, and I really want it to work this time. This is probably the last reboot for Minecraft. If this one doesn't work, then I'll cry, because as I say, I really, really, really want Minecraft to work. It's such a good idea that I've been sat on for so long. I just want to get it out there. Now I've talked about Minecraft for 20 minutes, I'm going to talk about the final series on the list, which is Space Engineers. This is the game that made me famous. If I had to choose a game, I would say Space Engineers. Cities in Motion 2 did me a lot of favours. Don't get me wrong. And I love that game to pieces. And I do still play it off camera from time to time. And I imagine people who follow me on Steam get really excited because they see that I've started up Cities in Motion. And I feel really guilty because I know that I'm not recording videos, but they don't. They probably think I'm recording, but I'm not. Cities in Motion, for now at least, is not coming back to this channel anytime soon. However, Space Engineers, I still feel is what put my name on the map, because my first ever live stream, actually that's not true, my first ever live stream was, I think, was FIFA, but my first proper live stream was Space Engineers. I sat down, I switched on my computer, and I thought, right, I'm crap at this, let's see how it goes. Started live streaming, within 3 days I had over 100 followers on Twitch. And I mean, that might not seem like much to most people, but for me, first time streamer, to have that many people, and to actually have you guys join in the game as well, and I actually met people doing that I still talk to now, and it's fantastic. I don't talk to them as much as I'd like, so if you're watching, hi. We should probably talk to each other again soon. But you know, you meet people through streaming. I'd say that I didn't just become popular as a streamer and a YouTuber, but I became popular as a person. You know, I met some really cool people. Put that signal in completely the wrong place. I met some really cool people, and you know, I found Minecraft, for example. That was something I never thought would happen, but it happened because someone recommended it to me on a stream, and then next thing I knew, someone had donated a server, which is just the kindness of some people. You don't really realise it at times, but you know, there are some amazing people out there, and someone to donate a server and say, this costs money, but don't worry about it, I'll pay for it for you. You know, that really is one of the kindest things you could do to someone who's starting out. Again, you know, it doesn't sound like much, but to me, it's a lot. That really is a lot when someone goes out of their way like that. But Space Engineers, that is the game. I love playing the game. I stopped playing it for a while because the updates weren't really doing much. Then they brought out Planets and the whole world exploded. Suddenly everyone was like, Space Engineers is a fantastic game. And it really is a fantastic game. Planets have added so much stuff to the game that just wasn't there before. And things like autopilot and some of the mods that are now coming out for the game, they are out of this world, and I fully intend the pun. They are amazing, and I've started a series which I've recorded the first episode of already, and I can tell you, again, if the series plans out the way I want it to, you guys are in for a treat. It's going to be a very nice series, very good series, and I'm very much looking forward to bringing that to you. And actually, what day is it today? Today will be Tuesday, so the first episode of Space Engineers, I believe, actually is going out today. In fact, it will already be out if all goes to plan. So if you haven't seen it already, go onto my channel. I've no idea what the series will be called yet at the time of recording, so forgive me for not getting it right, but it'll be the video just above this one on the uploads. So feel free to hop on there, check it out, leave some feedback. Usual trick, if you've got any ideas for future episodes, then feel free to drop a comment and let me know what they are. All ideas accepted, no such thing as a bad idea. I'm a very strong advocate of that, believe me. The number of ideas I've had in the past that have been quashed for no real reason, I'm a very strong supporter of no such thing as a bad idea. Although saying that, I have known people in the past who have pushed that to the very limit. But I tend to stick to the idea of there's no such thing as a bad idea. And again, you have to excuse the pun. Half the time I don't even know what I'm saying. But yeah, Space Engineers is coming back to the channel, and I'm really looking forward to that. Now, I will point out right now, Space Engineers and Minecraft are subject to availability. So, again, this will become clearer once I post the timetable in full. But for now, there is a big asterisk underneath Minecraft and Space Engineers, and that is to remind me to tell you guys that it's subject to availability. And what I mean by that is, if for whatever reason my creativity runs out, or something has happened to me during the week which means I haven't been able to fulfill the quota of videos, those are the two that won't make the cut. So OpenTTD will always be first because that's the most popular series at the moment. Diamond Coast second because it's the second most popular and also it's a hell of a lot of fun to play. Bit biased, but there you go. Third would be probably Space Engineers, because it's actually easier to set up and play Space Engineers at times than it is to set up and play Minecraft. Once again though, I feel like I'm having a dig at Minecraft, and I'm really not. It's a beautiful game. It's a fantastic game. It's a lot of fun. But Feed the Beast does take its toll. So that would be why on that one. And then obviously Space Engineers will be the fourth one to go missing. So if there's no Space Engineers, assume there's no Minecraft. And if there's no Minecraft, then you know, there's no Minecraft basically. How far away am I from... Where's the junction going, by the way? That's a... Crikey, there's a lot of stations on this line. I hadn't even realised how many stations are on this line. It's going to be a long episode today, guys. I hope you don't mind. Really hope you don't mind, because this is a lot longer than I expected it to be. But, you know, got lots of new things to play with on here. I still love the new bridges. I still think the new bridges are fantastic. I'm very much enjoying just building, really. talking absolute rubbish to you whilst I do it, but building, it's fun. It's one of the funnest things in the world, building whilst talking. Even though I do distract myself a lot and forget what I'm saying half the time. It's still fun. Right, somewhere down here, I might have to use this. No, I can't use that. That's stupid. I'm going to have to use... See, if only that had a reversed one. It doesn't. They both point the same way, and it's really annoying. So I can't even use that. That just looks stupid. There must be another one somewhere that fits there. Must be. I do not believe for 1 second that that's all I've got to play with. Fine. That's all I've got to play with. As you can see, this station is a little bit spread out. Just so that it fits here. In amongst these bridges. Yeah, that's pretty cool though. You don't see this very often. I mean, you do see staggered platforms. But, excuse me, bloody hell. Normally it's across one road, not two. So there's that one. I like to try and build unique things on this series as well. I feel like that's one of my my USPs, is my wacky building style. Of sort of knowing what I'm doing, but simultaneously doing everything wrong. Is kind of, if I had to describe my style, those words would be it. Definitely. I love to think I know what I'm doing. Half the time, I haven't a clue what I'm doing. You don't get more accurate than that when you're describing Jeffries. But, wasn't I in the middle of describing something, actually? Thinking about it. I probably was. Wasn't I talking about space? Oh yeah, I was talking about my series, wasn't I? Of course I was. Yeah, they're all coming back. Minecraft, Space Engineers, this, and Diamond Coast. I did want to add some more in as well, but, I mean, things like Prison Architect was quite popular for a while, but then it died off. Fallout and Assassin's Creed, I don't know those games. And Just Cause 3 as well. They all sort of fall under the same bracket of, I really love playing those games. And I've actually started playing Assassin's Creed off camera again, and it's so much fun. I'd forgotten how much fun Assassin's Creed was. And there's a World War I section, no one told me about that. Come on, guys. You know, I rely on you for these things, because I can't be bothered to look them up myself. But, you know, it's a fantastic game. Assassin's Creed has always been a good game. The only one I haven't played is the first one, believe it or not. I've played spates of it when I've been around my friend's house, but never actually sat and played the entire game. So my only experiences of Altair are actually from Assassin's Creed Revelations, which is also a bloody good game. Rounded off the Ezio storyline very, very nicely, actually. I even had a little tear in my eye at the end of the game, which doesn't normally happen to me, if I'm honest. You know, things do get me choked up from time to time, but nothing from a video game. So that was quite a surprise. Very, very touching ending. And, you know, I never thought I would love a video game character as much as I love Ezio. He is such a good video game character. He must go down as iconic. Pretty sure. Him, Master Chief, and he said Max Payne, but I'm not 100% on Max Payne still. But, you know, him, Master Chief, John Marston maybe, for the whole storyline of Red Dead. Never played Red Dead, by the way. Please don't shoot me. Never really got the fad about Red Dead until sort of about a year ago, when I finally found out what happens in it. And now I'm sort of thinking, actually, that looks like a fun game to play. It's a bit late now, though. If they make a sequel, though, I will definitely be on that. But, yeah, those series, they died a death, really. I don't record them anymore. I still play the games, but I just don't play the games on camera, because, you know, you guys spoke. You didn't want to see them. And I'm absolutely fine with that. If you guys don't enjoy a particular series, then it gets cut from the rotor. That's how it works. Doesn't mean I stop playing the game. I am still playing the game. I need to get back into the world of Fallout, because I've got like 40 episodes still that I'm sat on. So I just did a massive recording session because I really wanted to play the game. Ended up with all these episodes and then just forgot to upload them. And now it's got to the stage where I'm actually worried that there's loads of topical jokes in there that would have been relevant about a month ago. Maybe like 4 months ago. Now they'll just be like, I'll say the joke on the video and all you guys will be like, well, that's old. So those videos probably will never see the light of day unless people actually demand that I upload them, in which case, you know, I'm happy to oblige. Oh, we did it. We made it. But yeah, those series didn't make the didn't make the cut. So it's sad, but it's not too sad. Worst things in the world and all that. Let's grab some trains. In fact, let's grab the first train on this list. You, sir. So you're gonna pin you there. I'm gonna pin you there. Right. So you're gonna go to Dartbourne. Everything after Dartbourne. In fact, let's do this. Dartbourne, Dartbourne. Perfect. And then you're gonna go here twice. I want to go and use the Zest Husky method for this bit because it's all nice and simple. Oh, let's change you whilst I'm here. Just a quick check. That's all good. Yep, cool. Right, Flynbridge. Yep. Trundinghatton. Yep. So yeah, if there's any games that you guys want me to play in the future, let me know. People have asked for Software Inc. and I've watched some videos of Software Inc. and I'm a very big fan of what the game looks like. It looks like a fun game. It's kind of like The Sims meets game dev meets the movies, all that sort of genre. Basic business simulation games, and it looks like a lot of fun. The only reason I haven't got it and started making videos of it is time, really. You know, this summer is fantastic. I've got lots of free time, but in August I'll be getting ready to go back to uni. September, sort of the first half of September, I'll be getting ready to go back to uni, and then the second half of September there's a very good chance I will actually be back at uni. And I've also got a holiday to Portugal where I'm going to go split my head open again. So yeah, it's time management, really. I mean, I'm being selfish in that I'm playing a lot of games that I enjoy playing, but at the same time, you guys also enjoy watching me play them. So it seems almost counterproductive to be trying to do something different and risk taking off something that you guys actually like in favour of something that you may or may not like. You don't know yet. I feel like that would be a bit of a risk. So at this moment in time, not taking that risk. Big fan of the game, doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to be buying it and playing it. But in the future, I probably will. Right, so we had 6 on the original service, didn't we? So that takes us up to 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 should be enough. And we'll just let that run. That should be perfect, thinking about it. And that's that connection done. Now, the last thing I would want to do is put the express line in. In fact, I could do that now. I could do that now. How adventurous am I feeling? Let's give it a bash. Why not? So, these express tracks are actually going to join up to here. And then there will be another set of local lines which will then stop at this station. Oh, I didn't change the name on the grouping. I'll have to do that in a second as well. But as you can see at this point, I'm not too bothered about the hills. These are going to be express trains. They're going to be rocketing through here at like 100 odd miles an hour. It's one of the reasons I got the Intercity IC2. IC2? No, IC125. Come on, Mark, if you're going to say it, get it right. The Intercity 125. Because, you know, high speed. Why not? I'm going to level out some of these slopes so that we don't end up with a similar issue to we had in the last series. We are going to end up with a very ugly embankment here, actually. So let me reconsider this. Might just do some landscaping around it to make it look nicer. That. Bit more there. And then this one out like that. So it's a bit like a step ladder type effect. That sort of runs along here quite nicely. Again, we're going to have a little bit of a valley sort of thing going on here. But I'm alright with that. As long as it's not too hilly, I'm alright with that. So again, at this point, we're going to run alongside this section of track. So let's extend this embankment out a little bit. There we are. I'm going to pop this on 160, 160. Let's swap out this for a 4-track bridge. Like so. Nice little suspension bridge. Oh wow, there's actually sweat dripping down my face now, guys. It is very hot in my room. How long's this episode been? 54 minutes. Holy smokes. No wonder I'm dying. And nearly an hour of constant talking. I know you guys have given me permission to drink in videos, and I'm very appreciative of that, but I do find it disrupts my rhythm slightly as well. Not that I have much rhythm to start with, but you know what I mean. Plus I'm always afraid that I will choke, and you don't really want to hear me choke. I choke on my drink a lot. I don't know why. I'm also one of these people who, I don't snort when I laugh, but I cough when I laugh, and then it makes me have hiccups. To the point where it's not really funny anymore. So, I'm just a complete failure of a human being at times, honestly. Don't know what's wrong with me most of the time. Anyway, we're nearly done with this. This part of the track, by the way, London to Brighton, if you've got Train Simulator, you'll know what I'm talking about. The London to Brighton route, there is a particular section of track. I don't actually know where it goes from at the southern end, but the northern end, it's around about East Croydon, I believe, where it starts. Where, in the olden days, there were two rival companies, and I can't remember off the top of my head. One was the LESC, I think, or LERC, LESR. Something like that. And the other one was the London Brighton Company, let's just call it. And they built competing tracks, one right next to the other. Obviously, once British Rail took over and then eventually privatisation, they didn't need two lines right next to one another. Until someone had the idea of, let's make one for all stopping trains and let's make one for express trains. And that's exactly what they did. Kind of the same effect here, to be honest. One is all stopping and one is express. And, you know, it works for them. Trains use it. For some reason, every single scenario I've seen on Train Simulator that uses the London to Brighton route always goes down the express track. And I'm wondering if that's because they haven't actually modelled the stopping track. So they've just made every scenario go down the express track to avoid the embarrassment of having to reveal that they haven't actually finished the route properly. Who knows? I don't work for Dovetail. I know someone who does. Well, I don't know them personally. I am aware of someone who does. They won't say, obviously. I mean, they're paid to sell the game, basically. Although, actually, that's not a fair statement either. That is a very unfair statement. I should slap myself on the wrist for saying that, because he's said countless times that he is not. He admits to being biased, but if there's a problem with the game, he's always said that he'll admit it, and you know I've heard him admit to it in the past. So anyway, the point I'm making is the two lines running side by side, the express and the local, or the stopping. I suppose at this point it's local. In the future, it might not be. That's the gist I'm getting at. And in fact, if I count this up again to 11, and start putting these signals in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you're there, which means you are there. And that should carry right the way down to Big Station. All the way through here, all the way through here. Perfect. And then, of course, we'll stick Big Signal at the end. Sweet. Right. We need some sidings. Do you know what? I might actually use this little bit here for sidings. For our new express service. Obviously, I'm not going to go overboard. I think what I might actually do is cut all this back. Like so. Cut that off. What are you? You're that type. You are that type, so we'll get rid of you. So we've got a nice little crossover going on here. And here we'll just have a bit of a depot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, that's for aesthetics. It doesn't actually do anything. It's something Zest Husky does, and I stole it off him. Let's be honest, I stole it off him. But this is going to run express trains into GSJ. If I can find the right... There it is. Intercity 125. Guess how fast it goes. Have a good guess. I bet you won't guess. Actually, what carriage is this? Oh, this just uses standard carriages, which only go 100 miles an hour. That's brilliant. Okay. Are you holding passengers? You are. Whoops. Are you holding passengers? Yes, you are. Good. What's your capacity? Not bad, actually. Not bad. Righty-ho. Right, well, you go Dartbourne, obviously. And then you come... Ah, actually. Okay, so Dartbourne, yes. You'll then come all the way through here up to Fenninghead Cross North. Perfect. You'll then go back to Dartbourne, which I probably should have done first. Like that. And you'll then come down here to GSJ. Like so. Copy and paste. That's something else that needs to be on here. Because that irritates me. That you can't copy and paste things. And then once you come back here, you'll go into depot. And there you will service. This will be no loading. And then this will be 750 at each stop. Except for this one, which is going to be just 50. And this one... Oh wait, no. That is 750. What am I doing? You are 750, you are just 50. Like so. Autofill. Perfect. Let's change this. So you now go to Fenninghead Cross North. So I'm just going to change it to Fenninghead Cross. FC. Like that. And then you are going to be Express. I should put diesel after it, actually. Express diesel. What are you? I'll have to find out that in a second. And then you go from GSJ, even though you technically don't, to FC. And you are formed of 10 units. Nice. No, don't want electric just yet. So we're going to stick you in there. We'll clone you, let's say, 4 times. Actually, no, that'll do. And then we'll send you on your way. Off you go, train. And already, I've boobed. And I've boobed massively. I'm going to have to put a new connection in. Even that doesn't work, really, does it? Let's pause that a second. We'll move this signal to there. So that I can put that in there. Get rid of you. Put that there instead. There we go. That's slightly fixed. So there you go. We've got a bit of a messy junction here. We've kind of got a bit of a messy junction here as well, I suppose. No, don't go in that platform. Don't go in that platform, you cretin. Oh, hang on. Is this connected properly? Is that why it's not going? Yeah, that's why. Okay, that might work now then. Need you to go that way. In fact, let's pause that again. Right, we'll have you go that way. And then if I have you come across like that, if you go straight ahead, that'll be fantastic. Yep. And then you'll come across here and up here. So that's 4 platforms now that could potentially be filled by this train. And you're going in the wrong one again. Come on, you Dumbo. Why won't you go up there? I just need you to go up that way. Come on, behave yourself. Go the right way. Go the right way. You're going the wrong way again. Just absolute dingbat. Right, pause. You. Gone. Simple as that. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so these should, in time, pace themselves out. Which is fantastic. We've got these lovely express trains now running between GSJ and Fenninghead Cross. Was it? Yeah. I'll get rid of the north. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Right. So we've got the new service that's currently operating here. There it is. We've got the express service, which is on its way. We might see it go past. There's a little toot from one of the local trains. Where's my... There it is. Actually, I'm very interested to see what this little slalom section does. So while I've got that up there, I'm going to bring this down here quickly and change some of these so that they are of the right type. So you are LD, which makes this one LD as well. Obviously the top speed of these is only 100 miles an hour at the moment, but in the future... Oh, no. No. In the future... go away. Yeah, see, it's slowed down quite a bit. Might have to straighten this bit of track out a little bit in the future. In the future, which is literally what I just said, we'll get the high-speed carriages and you'll be able to do the full 125. At the moment, we're stuck with 100. Which is a bit of a frustration, but it's not too bad. Could be worse, guys. Could be a lot worse. Right, that just about does it for today. That just about does it. This station will be tarted up off camera, I'm pretty sure of it. Other stations will be tarted up off camera as well, because I like my stations to look nice. The ones that need tarting up, obviously, they're not all bad. Some of them are actually quite nice. I'm a big fan of the new stations that we've built. I think they look pretty damn cool, if I do say so myself. Some of the old ones, bit naff. Not too worried about that though, bit naff. But yeah, that does it for today, guys. That does it for today. So tomorrow we'll be back with some more exciting updates from the world of OpenTTD. Hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. I know I am. I've got some big plans. We're going to carry on with that branch line, by the way. That's one of the things we're going to be doing tomorrow. The branch line that goes off this main line down towards Fenninghead. We're going to be working on that. Kind of adding some more lines to and from Dartbourne as well, I suppose, because we've got these 2 platforms here that aren't really being used, and we've got these 4 tracks here that aren't really being used. So it's all going to be built in. So this is actually going to create a connection over here somehow, or it might run alongside it for a little bit actually and end up going in a different direction. But this definitely is going to have local and express, and they're going to connect over to these platforms and tracks, etc. as well. So got all that to look forward to. So until tomorrow, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series. Apologies for the fan, I can hear it echoing through my headset, so I know that it's audible for you guys as well. I do apologise for that. Why are you taking so long to wait at these stops? You're early, so you should just go. Go, train. I have to fix that off camera as well. But yeah, until next time, guys, drop some comments down below for ideas for future videos. And until next time, I will, of course, see you soon.